As you
Watch me! Hello everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of the As You Watch podcast, the movie podcast hosted by me, the Vern of the Vern's Video Vortex, Nick of the Cinematic Cast and Jammer, and Joe of Two Dude Review. Unfortunately, my two co-hosts cannot be on the show today. We apologize, guys, but you're missing out, because today I'm very fortunate to have with us the creators and writers and directors of the new movie All Cheerleaders Die. We have with us directors McKee and Chris SIverston. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey.
Hi.
All right. Now, for anyone that does not know what this movie is, I'm going to be really brief in my synopsis. It's a horror comedy, even though I don't like using those words. A group of cheerleaders who get into a car accident that kills them, but are soon resurrected by the goth girl who is still in love with one of them. The girls find out who killed them and seek revenge by the guy who did it. It's a very brief little synopsis. I don't want to give away too much about it. First of all, I want to say thank you very much, Lucky and Chris, for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Now, this is a remake of the first movie you made back in 2001, and either one of you can answer this, but why did you choose to remake this one?
Just the timing kind of seemed right. It was something that we talked a lot about over the years because we had such a good time making the original, and the characters have kind of always stuck with us and have kind of become a part of our shorthand. We had both made a lot of serious, like, heavy movies, and it seemed like it was time to lighten things up and try something different. And, All Cheerleaders Die, the timing of it, because of that, really seemed right.
Perfect. Now, for listeners out there who don't know for sure who Lucky McKee and Chris SIverston are, Lucky McKee, he's known for doing movies like The Woman and The Woods, and my personal favorite, May. And Chris SIverston has also directed a few movies. He did The Lost, based on another Jack Ketchum novel, who also wrote The Woman, and he did I Know Who Killed Me. And he's been compared to De Palma and David Lynch from a few credits, so I'm very excited to have you on the show. Yes. Now, let me ask you this, though. Since you two work as a team for All Cheerleaders Die, is there, like, one person working with the actors while the other is working with the crew, or how do you guys split up the work when you're working on this movie?
No, not at all. I mean, Chris and I, we mixed duties. It was just, whatever was right for the moment. I mean, sometimes Chris would be talking to the actors. Sometimes I would. Sometimes it would be, but most of the time it was just the two of us side by side. Because this is a universe that we came up with a long time ago, that we just know like the back of our hand. So we're just kind of like a unified brain on everything creatively here.
Nice. Now, was your high school experiences like what happens in the movie? I mean, what kind of inspired you guys to come up with this concept?
Well, the original kind of concept just came up. We thought, a battle of the sexes would be fun to set in high school with football players versus cheerleaders. It's, a fantastical version of high school in general. And, I think there's some details probably from both of our personal high school experiences. Not really like specific stuff that happened, but more stuff, feelings, of like liking someone that doesn't necessarily have the same feelings back, and just kind of all the major emotional stuff that goes on in high school, that we definitely went through and that most people go through at that age. That was the main stuff that we kind of pulled from, I think, rather than any like specific autobiographical incidents.
Okay.
Yeah, it's we just when you're a teenager, it's like it's almost the equivalent of, people saying, like, when you go through a car accident, it feels like it's in slow motion. I think that's because you remember so many of the details. You're learning so many things, and you're soaking up every inch of every day. And, we just tried to kind of replicate that, the myriad of emotions that you would go through in a 24-hour period, when you're a teenager, when you're adult, when you get older, you'll go through an emotion for like a week. When you're a kid, you go through an emotion in like 20 minutes, and then you move on to something else. So we kind of tried to replicate that with the tone shifts in the movie.
Oh, very cool. Now, I do want to comment a little bit about your cast in this, which are very good. I was surprised after watching this that two of your leads, and if I'm saying this wrong, I greatly apologize, but Caitlin Stacy and Siona Smith McKee.
Shanoa, yeah.
Oh, Shanoa. See, already I'm messing things up here. We're Australian. I had no idea. I'm just curious here. Where did you find this cast? I mean, did you hold many auditions to find these people?
Yeah, we held, a really long, extensive sort of casting process in Los Angeles. And these were, we made the film around the holiday season, so there was a lot of young actors just kind of waiting in the wings for pilot season to come up in January. So we kind of just had and it just kind of worked out that we ended up with Caitlin and Shanoa, both being from Australia, and also they had both worked together in Australia as children on a soap opera called Neighbours, which is a sensation over there and all around the world, I guess. And we also ended up with Lee Parker, who played Manny. He's Australian, and two Kiwis as well, Rhiannon Johannick and our buddy that played George. Were both from New Zealand. So, yeah, it just kind of worked out that way. They were just the best actors that came in.
Oh, well, very cool about that. Now, one more little follow-up question, too. Now, I really like the character of Tracy, played by Brooke Butler. One scene that I really liked is when she gets the hunger right away, is after all the girls been resurrected, and she's like, all right, I gotta eat something. And right after they feed on that dude, she just becomes all happy and preppy, very, very bubbly. She sort of looks and acts like your standard blonde bimbo, but she's the first one to really brought forth some of the more humorous moments in this. I guess what my other follow-up question for you is that there is a lot of like subtle humor in with this horror movie. Now, were the laughs? Did you tell the cast to be serious, or were they in on the jokes? Is what I kind of want to know, because everything seems to be in a very serious tone, but you're still laughing at it.
Yeah, well, we never told actors to try to be funny. I think that's like a dangerous thing to do if someone's trying to be funny. A lot of times it's going to be completely unfunny. So, we try to keep them all focused on, in the moment of like what the character wants. And like for the part you're talking about with Tracy, after she feeds for the first time, she feels great and she's excited, and it's the first day of school. So she's immediately back in the mindset of all the important stuff to her of a first day of school, which is looking good in their uniforms and going and making a big appearance and having a fun time, because it's going to be the beginning of the best year of their lives.
Hello, everyone. To hear the rest of my interview with Lucky McKee and Chris SIverston of the film All Cheerleaders Die, please head on over to our website, asyouwatch.wordpress.com, for the full episode. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.